Hey people, I'm here with a weather video. Today we're going to be covering the severe threat, and we're going to do the long-term temperature and precipitation outlooks. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You can see on my screen right now I have the for the rest of the day I have the convective outlook. There's two enhanced risks, one in southern and PA, Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, and parts of New Jersey. Sorry if there's any background noises. People in my house are screaming as loud as they possibly can. But so Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Dallas. I'm just gonna say let's go up to the north. There's two enhanced risks. Okay, we have this one up here in Pennsylvania. You have Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Washington D.C. Y'all have a enhanced risk, and then the south enhanced risk. You have parts of northern Texas, central and western Arkansas, parts of Missouri, Illinois, and Oklahoma, and southeastern Oklahoma. So Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro Complex, y'all have an enhanced risk. Fort Smith, Arkansas, enhanced risk. Sorry. Let's see where. I don't think there's any. Maybe St. Louis, Missouri, enhanced risk. Yes, Louis. And then you have there's a very large, broad, slight risk that goes all the way from southern Texas almost through Arkansas, maybe clips part of Tennessee. You can see some severe weather later on tonight. Most of Kentucky, West Virginia, most of Illinois, Indiana, and central and southern Ohio. Central PA, Pennsylvania, northern. I know what it's called, New Jersey, and then maybe some southern New York could see some severe storms. There's also like a thin marginal risk in Iowa and Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas. Goes all the way up to southern New York, y'all, and southern Connecticut. All these places could see some severe weather. Like Chicago, you have a marginal risk. Fort Wayne, Indiana, marginal. Shreveport, Louisiana, marginal. Des Moines, Iowa, marginal. And Richmond, Virginia, marginal. Then New York City, y'all have if you live in New York City, you have a slight risk. San Antonio, Texas, slight. Indianapolis, Indiana, slight. Columbus, Ohio, slight. And Austin, Texas, slight risk. So now let's talk about what the main threats are. See, yesterday we don't have a moderate risk in southern Iowa and northern Missouri yesterday. They don't have an enhanced or like what is it called, a hatched area for tornadoes up there anymore. But we still have oh my God, why does it do this every time I try to record? Sorry, y'all. And then we had 10% yesterday, but we have another 10% today in parts of northern Texas, southwestern Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. You have a 10% risk in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Piano, Texas, Garland, Texas, and Irving, Texas. Now, there's going to be some storms firing up close to Dallas later. The main line, I think, has already gone through. I need to check on that, but maybe it's already. I think it's already gone through. 5% risk. There's a 5% risk in Pennsylvania, northern Maryland, northern Delaware, and most of New Jersey. 5% risk for tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. Philadelphia and Toms River, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh. I think they all only have 2%, but there's another 5% risk in the south for parts of northern and central Texas, northwestern Louisiana, central and western Arkansas, and southern Missouri. We all have a 5% risk. So Philadelphia, 5%. Like I already said, Fort Worth, Texas, 5%. Little Rock, Arkansas, 5%. And Waco, Texas, 5%. Then there's a pretty broad 2% area, which covers, if you look at this, covers pretty much what a marginal risk is, but and part of the slight risk. Sorry, but most of Illinois, most of Indiana, y'all have a 2% risk for tornadoes. Parts of Kentucky, parts of West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, just the 2%. Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, and southern or central and northern Texas, central and western Arkansas, even eastern now, northeastern, northern Kentucky with the main line that's going to come through later tonight, which is going to kind of move to the north, with the cold front, and then parts of Virginia and Delaware. 2% risk for tornadoes. That covers Indianapolis, Austin, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and St. Louis, Missouri. All people in these cities all have 2% risks. And in the states, I just said. Now let's go to the wind risk. The wind risk is there's some broad 30% areas. No hatched, but you have Philadelphia or parts of Pennsylvania in the north, Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, and West Virginia, and most of New Jersey. And so we have Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C. 30% risk in the north, and we have the other 30% section where the other enhanced risk is. Western has western, sorry, not western. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That has southwestern Illinois, some parts of southern and central Missouri, most of Arkansas, other than east, and northern Texas, by Dallas. So Dallas, Fort Worth, and places in the south, like Fort Smith, Arkansas, all have 30% risks. For damaging storm wind gusts. Then 15%, New York City, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, and Austin, Texas, and Pittsburgh, PA. Pretty broad risk going to Kentucky. All Kentucky has a 15% risk. And then even southern New York, maybe. But then if we go to the 5% risk, which goes out in Iowa, Chicago, Illinois, San Antonio, Texas, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Shreveport, Louisiana, also in Iowa. They all have 5% risks. Okay. And hail, there's a hatched risk. Hatched risk for hail in the southern enhanced risk in parts of extreme western Illinois, southern and central Missouri, eastern and western, central and western, all Arkansas, and southeastern Oklahoma. Hatched risk with 30% risk of hail. And then there's a 30% risk where I've already said in Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C., and Allentown, Pennsylvania, and in the north towards, because the jet stream is really making it like this at the stationary front too. There's a low pressure system right here at the cold front. In New York, 15% chance for hail. Indianapolis, Indiana. Columbus, Ohio. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. This is so annoying. Okay, so hail. Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri. And Chicago, San Antonio, Texas, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Louisiana. Also, Des Moines, Iowa, 5%. So we're going to do a brief look at tomorrow's severe weather. Tomorrow, the severe weather is mostly just a marginal risk in some parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. There's also a thin slight risk in southern PA, southern Ohio, northern West Virginia, northern Kentucky, and parts of extreme northern Virginia. Y'all have slight risks. There's another marginal risk in southern Texas and western Mexico. But yeah, so just tomorrow the severe risk is not going to be that bad, and then day 3 outlook. That looks significant. This is on Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday. No, it's going to be Friday. Yeah, Friday, sorry. Let's check out day 4. I'm curious. Nothing coming anytime soon, so severe weather may be calming down finally. So now let's check out this week. So this week until for Wednesday now until Wednesday next week, you can see pretty much just the Rockies below average temperatures, and then the whole eastern or then the the New England area has a below average, but then there's a large swath of the U.S. is above average, including the southeast, which is much above average in some spots. Rockies much above average right there, but the heat is getting bad in the southeast. Tomorrow the new drought update comes, and I'm curious how bad it's going to get, or if it's getting worse. Maybe up to a D2, but I'm curious. I'll probably post a video on that, maybe alone, short one. So I want to be off the radar tonight. That's all I want to go to South Central U.S. Sorry. So you can see pretty much throughout the night there will be a broken up line along the cold front stretched. Oh my god! Now it's gonna make me take a sounding. I'm sorry. Okay, give me my sounding for this weird area. Okay. So yeah, there's gonna be a line along the cold front from the low pressure system cold front. Yeah, you see there could be some bad storms going through Dallas. I don't know when that happened. That hasn't happened yet. Okay. Yeah, so there may be some formation storms, but also look up here later tonight. Later in parts of Tennessee, you can see like in this area maybe some severe storms. It looks like there will be some severe storms towards Texas. Look at that. And then later tonight, by 12 tomorrow, storms will start to get into Tennessee. Maybe there's some like severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flood warnings. Now let's go to the northeast corridor. Sorry. So, wow, look at this line. There's going to be a powerful line that will go through parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Look at this line. Could be like tornado warnings. Definitely some bad storms. Look at this. It's a strong line, probably very strong. Maybe large hail and what else? Maybe some tornadoes also, and definitely probably very strong winds with that. Look at that, like you can see some bowing right here. And as we go through early Thursday morning, we'll move offshore, and then we'll have, of course, another slight risk tomorrow, as you can see right with these storms. But that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, and good morning tomorrow. I will probably be posting again tomorrow. And yes, peace out.